think black holes aren't going to really be a thing until you've got BKB, just because you've got Bloodseeker and Drow and Void and Rubik, all these heroes with really easy cancels for the black hole. So yeah, I think this is definitely looking like it's going to be. But then again, when he gets the BKB, there's then nothing to stop him except pure damage coming out from the Drow. So once that gets there, it's going to be a threat. I'm very interested to see how this one goes as OG and 5men get loaded up into game number 2 here at the OGA Dota pit. Let's see which way the penny shall fall in this second matchup. I think 5men are in a great position to try and make a comeback in this one. OG, can they repel them and get the clean 2-0 victory? Let's find out.
Who would have thought it's going to be Earth Spirit mid? Oh my no. We were thinking all the different possibilities. And you know, OG never fails to surprise you. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, they're always wild. They always keep us guessing. See, that's what I told you yesterday. You know, don't ever second guess them. You'll just set yourself up in a weird position.
It's okay. Look at Seb and his item build. I like this. He's got a buckler level 1. So that extra armor for his Eidolons.
Against the Drow with multi shot.
Exactly. And Saksa's gonna like that too, having that armor for him. And because the Earth Spirit is gonna be mid, I think the Oracle and the Rubik, they're gonna be pressured a little bit more in this game. Because now you got that more farmed Earth Spirit. Like even if he rolls in, he's probably not gonna instantly die, I hope. Unless No Tail ends up playing like a support. And then they're gonna have some pressure on the Rubik. It's the thing that concerns me the most. Like, how are they gonna kill this Rubik in the mid and the late game if they don't completely snowball on OG side?
The battle begins.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's gonna be oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage being traded here as Jibe and mid one battle for the bounty rune. Jibe is the one who gets it in the end, however.
It's okay with that. Bloodseeker has plenty of sustain with that thirst.
Yeah, he does indeed. It's a pretty... Do you think... What's the reason why the Bloodseeker is so strong right now? Is it just thirst?
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's just such an amazing spell. Bloodright is a very low mana cost for 120 pure damage, level 1 even. So you can constantly spam that out, and then the thirst with the sustain in the lane just makes him such a beast of a core.
Alright, well, let's get started. Top lane, mid one just spinning off the Bloodright. Doesn't want to take that damage, wants to do a little bit in response. Nice moves. You know, down at bottom, Ace taking a little bit of damage early on. A bit of right clicks coming through onto Ace, but he's going to be alright as well. Yeah, so an unusual lane in the bot here as Saxtra on the Mars lanes up with Seb on the Enigma.
Ooh, interesting. He went for the multi-shot level 1 instead of the frost arrow, so he's actually missing 5 damage. And there's not going to be the frost arrow on the multi-shot either to slow down the opponent. Just wanted to clear up those Eidolons, I guess.
Yeah, that is a play. I wonder if he'd seen the buckler beforehand, he would have changed his mind. Not too sure. On top, Socks playing around with Misery here, taking a bit of damage though. Jibe does have the blood right. I could use it on Socks here, but I'm not sure if we get him. He's holding back. Doesn't want to waste it. Wants to save it to secure creeps instead. It's always what you want to do when you're playing Bloodseeker in lane. Just use the blood right on the creeps and also use it to harass the jug. But meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, they actually bring down Pi Light Dying.
Oh, wow. Yep, that's God's rebuke with the Orb of Venom, slowing them down. Too easy of a kill here on Pi. This Nemo's actually almost level 3. That's crazy.
Having a good old time of it. Meanwhile, the Drow, well, she's getting there, but nowhere near as close compared to Seb with all his extra bonus XP, and the XP he's been denying from the Drow just by using this demonic conversion as well. So I wonder what the idea if this position 4 Mars is. I think, you know, I already know. I think it's just the Drow counter. The arena is a pain in the ass for Drow to deal with.
Yep. And it's doing surprisingly well at the moment in this lane as well. So,
they're saying that he's gone in very hard forward hit. Ace, he does have the multi-shot, but the damage will be there. He got Caster's Cursed, and there's going to be Saki going down in the bottom lane. That was a hard Caster's Curse, dude. You destroyed him.
I don't know what was up with Saksa there. That was imposter moves.
Sus on Mars. Well, how's our middle lane looking at least? Boy No Tail, he's not doing great, unfortunately. 11-0 to 18-4, but you know that's what happens when you have a player who's not used to playing mid against a seasoned veteran like Chessie.
I just gotta feel bad for No Tail, but you know his plan, right? He's just gonna focus on his rotations. Just want to, the way that I see No Tail is like he's playing position 4 in the mid lane, and he's just like hitting those level timings earlier, so he can make those rotations, stronger rotations. And some of these mid guys are like a bit confused, like where did No Tail go? What is he doing? Why is he not farming?
Yeah. Oh dear, watching the mid lane is kind of sad though, as Chessie is really just kind of giving it a bit of a smackdown. Again, oh god, the kick away! Chessie doesn't have any more catch than this, so No Tail is okay. Yeah, it does get very low.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's like taking candy away from a baby.
Tis rather, tis. Meanwhile, on the top lane at mid one, he's just gonna stab himself up. Been peppered with harassment by Jibbe, but not much more than that. Might pop the spin hit. Yeah, just grab himself some creeps, get himself some harassment down.
He's getting own top as well on this Juggernaut. It's just a concern. It's Rubik Bloodseeker lane.
Lanes are a pretty hideous condition for OG currently.
Oh, if he actually got the lift on the Jakiro and threw him into the Bloodright, I think that could have been a potential kill on Sox there. Because mid one didn't have Blade Fury to assist.
Ace dead in the bottom lane though to Seb and Saxa doing their work. Man, this lane is scary, dude. This lane is hella scary. They're getting kills. I mean, their CS isn't amazing, but their kills are coming through. This is a one lane which is going okay for OG.
Exactly.
Oh, Misery in trouble. Up at top, spin is there. Mid one will be able to finish the job and get him run down, and Jibbe can only run away.
He's also got 17 stick charges on the Juggernaut. Maybe he's thinking of getting some baits on this Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker's just gonna go back and get the bounties instead. Radiant Spirit also has a bounty available for him to take.
The twins.
Gonna refill his bottle.
Earth's bounty.
Easy stuff, easy stuff. You know, Saxa, he's playing around with this bounty a little bit here. I feel like he's trying to bait in Pylai Die, but I think he's in some trouble himself here as the Drowse just starts hitting him. She actually turned around to hit creeps, and now No Tail can roll in and finish up the job on Pylai Die. Saxa sets up beautifully. Meanwhile, up at the top lane, Sox might be losing his life here. One more right click will be required, but they're not going to find it. Meanwhile, Jibbe dies to mid one. Deary me, that is a big problemo for 5 men.
You cannot be dying if you're the Bloodseeker in this lane, especially when you're winning so hard in the CS war. And Ace, he's actually struggling now in this bottom lane. He's only level 4.5. It's 6 minutes in already.
Who needs CS when you can just dominate the lane by getting kills? That's the OG way.
Under attack.
No Tail is back at bottom, rolling onto Pylai Die, trying to find the easy kill, even dropping the Magnetize here, but the Molly shot's coming through, and Chessie making his way over as well. The other mid lane is coming in, and No Tail's going to be pretty quickly dispatched off. Nothing he can do about that. Tries to pop some more Magnetizers, but Pylai Die is completely fine.
Good rotation here from Chessie, countering the movements or mirroring the movements of the Earth Spirit. That's what he's got to do. I was kind of expecting Chessie to be the first one to make some kind of a move on this map, but of course, No Tail beat him to it. That's how they were able to kill the Oracle earlier.
Yeah, it kind of feels like No Tail knows he's not going to be able to win his lanes, so he just tends to move as quickly as possible and try and swing it for his team in other lanes, but Chessie's just matching that aggression.
What they need right now is this Enigma to die somehow, because this Enigma is way too far. Oh, bottom Ace again. Oh, the Spirit doesn't land. But there is a black hole
comes down as well. Drow, she's going to get brought down here, it looks like. The right click comes through, and Seb finishes the job onto Ace.
Surprisingly, a very, very strong lane. I wonder how much that has to do with the fact that Oracle gave away first blood in this lane.
Have to wonder. And talking about Oracle, there's a spear coming in from behind from Saxa. Got Dubuque as well. Seb's on top. The right click's coming through thick and fast, and down goes Pylai Die once again. It's a bit of a feed fest in the bottom lane.
Jibbe top as well.
Saxa already looking for him. Spear does connect, but yeah, Jibbe dead in the top lane. Meanwhile, I will be dropping Cuddle in response, but Ace is in trouble at bottom. Seb and Saxa trying to do the damage. She's turning around though with the multi-shot. Saxa taking some heavy hits, and now Chessie comes in trying to finish off Saxa, is successful in doing exactly that. The Eidolon still peppering away at the Drow. Seb just going for the TP way. Doesn't want anything to do with Chessie. Meanwhile, Misery dies in the top lane to mid one as he gets that Omni Slash, gets the kill, and brings down that Rubik. Kills a across the map right now as this game is exploding in action.
And in favor of OG as well. Mid one and Sox getting a kill onto the Rubik and
Radiant's
Bloodseeker
middle
once
tower
again.
is under attack.
This lane that was such a big win for 5men is actually a loss now. They've turned it around just from the kills alone. Mid one is 3-0.
Just kill them. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Win Dota. Kill enemies over and over again. And the aggression is just so intense. And she's a Drow, you know, she's a Drow at level 6. She should feel strong right now, but she doesn't. She feels like a little potato, just rolling around the bottom lane, occasionally getting squashed.
Yeah, it's the big bad Enigma. With a phase boost, buckler, ring of Bassi, plenty of auras, high armor.
Phase boots Enigma, huh?
Radiant's bottom
Slide.
tower
Sox
is
is
under
down here
attack.
too.
Blink.
Got the level
Radiant
2 liquid fire.
Are fortified.
Ready to take that tier 1 tower.
Misery has returned to the bottom lane with that Fadebot planning to try and defend this one. And actually Chessie jumping in, but no hard commitment from him really as they actually put down the Midnight Pulse here. The spear back to throw back the Void Spirit. He's struggling to really get much of an engagement. He's got to back himself away, but meanwhile Sox takes some heavy damage. Ace might be able to finish the job. The Jakira can do exactly that. Ouch indeed. Ace does do damage when he gets the chance. Well said, getting jumped on by Chessie, but unfortunately the Remnant will miss and that will save his life.
I think that was a dead Enigma, if that Remnant hit there.
I think so
They
too.
had the follow-up from the Jaw Ranger and the Rubik with his level 3 Fade Bolt. Would have been huge. Actually, Misery very close to level 6 now.
That's what they need. Potential steal on the Black Hole to jump forward onto Saxter, and he gets dispatched very, very quickly. Noto just rolling across here and suddenly decides to actually... I'm kind of glad that one didn't hit, because that could have been a bit disastrous. Half the Black Hole in 20 seconds, but I don't think OG are going to be sticking around to try and make this one work.
It's a lot of pain. This Void Spirit and the Jaw Ranger together. They just cast their spells. No tail, he wants his rune! Oh.
He might well just get it as well. Pop the Magnetize onto poor old Chessie, forcing him back up to the high ground. He's actually going to have to TP himself away here as well, so going all the way home.
Yeah, well done there from No Tail to not give that rune away to the Void Spirit. I think if he didn't drop the ultimate, Chessie probably would have committed.
Well, 5-9 is the scoreline currently. 5 men do have the net worth advantage. That's made up for in the fact that Misery is actually quite farmed for the Rubik.
Yep. I think this is where they get really strong, right, on 5 men, because they get that Oracle level 6, so they got the save now available. Rubik is also level 7, has stolen Demonic Conversion.
Yeah, but one of his Eidolons got demonically converted by Seb right the way back. They're having a little battle down here in the bottom lane.
Dire's middle tower
Trying to
is
defend
under
this as long
attack.
as he possibly can. He knows this tower, its days are numbered, so just trying to slow it down.
Oh, look at the scouting, but Sox just rips his own way through the trees onto Misery now, and that reveals him. The spear actually finished them off nicely done from Saxa. Meanwhile, Ace joining this engagement. I'm not too sure about this. Let's see how it works out for them as the Ice Path comes through. They've got the arena as well onto Ace. Mid one joining in this one as well. He's got the Omni Slash to bring down the Drow, and there's nothing she can do but die. Meanwhile, Highlight Die on the run from No Tail here. As No Tail throws back the Void Spirit. Void Spirit decided to get down to the river instead of continuing to take this engagement.
Yeah, he would have got Black Hole if he actually stuck around there, so good decision to get out. It was very questionable on the other heroes of 5 men. They should just let the Rubik be down there, you know, push that lane out. It's not really a fight that you want to take on that area of the map.
Drow was probably the biggest mistake of that fight, to be honest, TPing in into 4 heroes. Not that she knew there were 4 heroes there. Oh, really got Bulwark. I've seen this before. Meanwhile, in comes a Rupture onto No Tail, and he's just going to get run down instantly. Saxa trying to do something here, throwing in the spear, but gets dragged in by the Remnant. Stock on top of Shibe. Okay, that's going to be
to use that Bulwark after his spells.
Radiant's bottom tower
yeah.
Rubik can't steal anything. Feels bad.
I mean, he might be able to tank a tower here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Macapire once again being used by Sox. He knows exactly what to do to get rid of this creep wave under the tower. Smelt it. Meanwhile, Jibbe, there's going to be a roll forward onto him. As Bloodseeker could be in some trouble as they knock it back under the tower into the range of the tier 1. And the spear comes down as well. So much control. They're going to throw down the ultimate from Pylite Die. So the false promise popped onto Jibbe. They're just going to pile the damage into him and see if they can bring him down. But he's going to be okay. He's got a lot of health still. And with that silence as well, no, they've got the spin from mid. One with the rock kite through as well. Jibbe is going to lose his life eventually. Oh, so fast. The first. Oh no. Saxo actually ended up dying, so Jibbe is now out of speed and he's going to lose his life in the end.
The mid tower though, after all that chase, the mid tower is going to fall for OG.
Yeah, that's actually huge from Jibbe to make that much space for his team to now take the middle tower. And, well, they'll throw back the Juggernaut, not wanting him. But, yeah, big stuff from 5 men.
Indeed, and Seb has to be very careful now to use his black hole because the Rubik is constantly watching him.
Dire's top tower
Always watching.
Got 3 cores now middle. They really want to take this mid tower back. They lost theirs. Here comes Saxa. Jakiro's here too with the level 2 liquid fire. He's just spamming this lane out. Meanwhile, Drow just gonna farm top. This is her space.
Yeah, this is the improvement we want to see from last game as well, right? Where Ace wasn't really playing top so much. He spent a long time in the jungle, not really committing that much to the map. And his team suffered for it, but this time he's putting on the pressure, forcing OG to come back and defend their lanes early on at this 14-minute mark. If that continues, that's going to be a big improvement.
There's a smoke now from both teams.
Yeah.
Misery,
He can't steal anything here, actually. He's just going to get pinned to the wall and torn apart by OG, thrown to the wolves. No chance of survival. Ace, meanwhile, he's actually been slowed by a ghost here. He's going to be okay, though. They see Chessie. They've got the sentry down.
Seb also opting for a minus this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's a good decision. This game's gonna go pretty long, so might as well get your items. No tail?
Okie Meanwhile, yeah, he's wrapped it up here, just trying to waddle himself away from the Drow, but look at the multi-shot, that's doing a lot of work, and now, well, Chessie takes down Saxa, No Tail gonna lose his life as well. 2 quick kills. The roll away was not the play. No Tail goes down. Meanwhile, Chessie might have to walk up this high ground, purging off the dual breath. Jibbe with the blocks, just bringing him into range of that remnant, and they're gonna lose their dragon as well.
Rip Sox.
Rip Sox.
The lingering position 5.
Die. Yeah.
And they're actually looking at mid on top. Paladai does have his false promise to save the Jar Ranger if he decides to fight back.
Oh, silence just doesn't quite get him. Got the creeps behind him, but not him himself. And he's interested here. He's got an Omni Slash, but with Pylite Die in the neighborhood, seems like a bit of a risky one. Pylite just going to throw that ulti down nice and early onto the Drow, make sure she's nice and safe. She's going to turn around with a 3-man silence. Misery turning up some point. Jibbe coming in from behind as well. Chessie just going straight into this one. It's going to be a big fight right now. And look at Saxa just absolutely melted on the front lines. No Tail going for the roll, but unfortunately, Seb turns up, has a black hole, but just gets Yules. Doesn't want to use it right now. And now, well, the stun comes down onto the Void Spirit. Seb just moving up to the high ground, but it looks like it's going to be No Tail who's finished off, although he gets a kick onto Chessie before he dies, but dying we certainly shall. And Jibbe looking for more, looking for Sox. Does he have any more spells to use? Not for the time being, so it looks like Sox will be able to slowly flop himself away from this fight. But another fight going the way of 5 men. They found their inner fire, 5 men, and they are bringing the battle to OG in this game too.
Yep, this is the mid-game fighting capabilities of 5 men. Void Spirit is so strong in this game. And they got so much magical damage from the Rubik and the Void Spirit together as well. I guess we can't really count out Oracle's Purifying Flames too.
Yeah.
Also dishing out a lot.
Yeah, it's the quiet nuke. It's got such a tiny animation as well. You never realize it until you're like half HP, like, what's been doing?
Exactly. You're like, why am I getting blown up in the fights? And then you look at your fight recap or your damage death summary, and then you're like, oh, okay. Oracle did 700 damage to me. Cool.
Very nice. Thank you, Oracle. Appreciate that.
No Tail opted for a flame on this game too. For the Bloodseeker. Yep, they are rushing here.
Smart. We'll see if that pays off. It's not going to be the quickest roach down in the world. Meanwhile, the Saxa going to interrupt things a bit. Now, I have to say, the Mars, we haven't really seen the mid-game impact from him just yet. Had a really good laning phase, but has kind of struggled since. And now the unit comes down, holding back the Oracle. This is the game move the game right now, but meanwhile, look at the heroes getting melted in the front line. Sucks and No-Tail lose their lives instantly. The Omni Touch coming through onto Highlight Die, pops the ultimate onto himself, meaning, well, it might kill him eventually. Meanwhile, Ace, he's on the high ground. No-Tail respawns, TPs into the outpost and gets on top of the Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger is going to drop. That's a big kill. And they're looking across to Chessie as well. Chessie still has a ton of spells at his disposal, though, so I don't think they're going to be able to bring him down anytime soon. And they still want to take control of this Roche pit. Meanwhile, here comes the yours, in comes a Remnant. Nice combination from 5 men. Isn't enough to bring down No-Tail, though it is the Spear.
Oh, the Black
of Misery just about catches him. Beautifully done. Meanwhile, in comes Jibbe. Mid one trying to spin him down here, but the magic immunity from Highlight Die from the high ground is stopping Jibbe from taking any damage from this. Chessie's pretty low, but still trying to play around this. 5 men going for a crazy fight here. They could have backed out, but they keep it on going. Trying to see if they can get an opportunity onto mid one here. The Purge is going to catch him up the high ground. Chessie's still trying to chase. Look at the vision with the blood right up onto the high ground. They chop through the dragon, but Chessie is taking a step too far. Or has he? The Simulate comes down to the low ground. He's going to get healed up. Sax is now back looking for an entrance into this fight, but I think it might be over at last. 5 men lose no one and get themselves, well, a couple of extra kills off the back of that. Pretty impressive fighting from them again. You know, I said it earlier, but I'll say it again. They've found their fire in game number 2. Oh my god, it's not even over yet. Chessie, nah, he's good. He's good. Dissimulate up to the high ground.
All right, let me recap that fight for you, okay? This is what 5 men got. They got 2 No-Tail kills, 2 Sox kills, 1 Soxa kill. So that's 5 kills in total. OG, out of that entire engagement, they only killed Ace. And that was like a what? Like a 2.5 minute fight or something? And No-Tail also had to use a buyback.
Yeah, it's a lot of time wasted. You know, the Juggernaut was pretty much fighting the entire time as well. You can't even say it was off hitting creeps. Well, there's nothing really being made from that. Meanwhile, Enigma, he's being controlled up right now. Oh my god, look at the damage coming out with the bat. Just too much. They're just slamming their face into them at this point. Arena comes down, not really doing anything of value. Mid one, well, he's just running himself away from this one. But surely 5 men taking control, and now I imagine they're going to head in to Roshan.
It's going to be Roche. Yeah, this is exactly the kind of Roche they want. They got 3 killed. This is guaranteed Roshan. They got the sentry on this Roshan area as well, so they know they're not being watched at all. No-Tail's like, can I go in, guys? He's only got like 2 boulders left.
Let's go again.
Ages away.
Let's go again. Huh?
So Ace gonna get an Aegis for himself. It's gonna be really hard to kill him now. I gotta say, man, Chessie has been playing so well in this game. He's on point with his spellcasting. He's been in the right place at the right time, and he's just been facilitating all of these kills.
Yeah, man, he's been the frontliner, and he's been making himself super elusive. He's been kind of baiting OG in, and most importantly, hasn't been dying for it either. He's been surviving through these fights, which is absolutely key, and he's in a really good position because of it. Anyone who's behind is mid one who has got himself a lot of farm. Is now pushing down this bottom tier 2 tower, so they're just going to make the straight up trade here. However, I'm not sure 5 men are going to stop. I think they might want to try and force OG back at the very least by having a tap on this high ground.
Yep, it's a really good call here to do this. They know Black Hole might still be on cooldown, or even if they use it, it doesn't matter. They got that long cast range from Rubik. Oh my god, Sox, is he okay here? Well, it's actually got out the rupture. Well, gonna be okay. Sox survives this one. Now the arena defensive. Oh no, that's a Rubik arena. Okay. All right, just hold them back, gets themselves out. Fair enough. Reset the fight. It's a call from 5 men. Yeah, that was good. That's exactly what they want to do, right? They want to bring back OG to their side of the map, and now OG are kind of stuck in this area, and 5 men are just going to be able to clean up all the creeps at this point and continue to build on their advantage. It looked a little bit scary for Chessie there, I must admit, but
it did.
You know, Paladai definitely has his back. Ooh, this could be a really bad one.
No-Tail, he's just getting blasted. Oh my goodness, see you later, buddy. He came a little bit too far forward. They were defending that high ground area. They did not want OG to come back into their own jungle, and they're successful.
They're going to look for the tier 2 tower middle instead of pressuring the high ground once again. They don't want to make any mistakes on the high ground plays. Meanwhile, Soxa actually made his way all the way bottom to try and get some kind of split push going. Maybe make 5 men at least think about going back into the bottom area of the map instead.
Yeah, they're not having it.
this position for Mars. It did okay in the first couple minutes of the game, but now feels very, very squishy, dying extremely quickly in the engagements.
Indeed, indeed. It seems to be the issue where, you know, this hero's spells aren't exactly long ranged. Even the spear, you need to get close to get the vector off to pin them to a tree. So you're kind of left with a hero which isn't tanky and needs to be in the front lines, which is always a bad combination. I still think the arena is just supposed to be the drought counter in a way to stop her getting off her damage in these team fights, but that might not be the case as they drop down the arena trying to get down Jibbe here. Bloodseeker's going to be the target. Mid-one's just trying to cut through it. Meanwhile, Sock's already dead in the backlines to Chessie, and they've just done nothing to Jibbe at this point. Mid-one has completely failed to do anything. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, goes through it, being targeted down. Chessie has to get himself away, use a dissimulate to get himself back from this team fight. OG all as ready as 5 men as the ultimate gets dropped from Pilot Die onto himself. The false promise used defensively, and meanwhile, Drow, he's getting kicked away by No-Tail. Actually, as the front here, there comes a black hole, just about captures Jibbe, and finally, maybe one more right click. Oh, we needed the stolen black hole onto Mars instead, and they get mid-one with it as well. Misery does it big. It gets down to Yukiro still in the backlines here, and well, he's just going to take him down with 2 lonesome arrows and a beautiful remnant as well. Full forward from Chessie. Seb's going to go down as well. That's going to be 4 heroes down on the side of OG. Sock's dead twice as well. Goodness gracious, what a perfect team fight from 5 men. All they lose is their Bloodseeker, and it cost them so much to get that 1 hero dead as well.
Yeah, how they opened that team fight into the Bloodseeker, but he has a Vanguard, Veil, and Guardian Greaves. He's so tanky, and if you don't try to kill the Oracle first, I think they're just going to keep on saving each other. So OG not jumping the right target. It was kind of just doomed from the very beginning, and in the end there, Rubik finally stealing that black hole because
Chessie.
Seb had to use it.
Chessie! Oh my god.
Kills.
That was domination right there.
Yeah, Chessie, he feels like a god right now. Like, they almost brought him down, and then he's like, well, I have Dissimulate, and I got a Yules, and I also have a Oracle on my side. He's not afraid of anything at all.
He fears no man. He fears only God himself.
They have so much follow-up damage to Chessie's initiation with the Yules and the 8th Remnant. You got the Fade Bolt, the multi-shot, the Oracle with the Purifying Flames.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
And in that fight, we really saw the limitations of this Enigma as well. He's essentially just dominant conversion of Midnight Pulse and Malphist. Like, his ultimate doesn't really exist this game. Like, yes, he can use it. Every single time it's going to be stolen by the Rubik, though. And it's also pretty easily cancelled out as well. He's not going for the BKB. He's going for the auras because he feels like that's what his team needs. So, yeah, Hero feeling a little bit lackluster in this game.
Yeah, and the Juggernaut is just getting completely kited in the engagements, too. Like, he has pretty decent farm, but like, what can you really do if your team can't lock them down for you?
Yeah. Saxa, he has got this arena, but well, he's going to catch out Zibby inside of the arena. Not quite sure. Well, here comes the follow-up. The rest of OG arrived for this one, and surely they should be able to finish the job here. Jibbe, he's so tanky. This guy does not die easily. The Omni Slash comes out. They have to commit the Omni to finish him off. They do finally get that Bloodseeker brought down. But man,
under a ward on Ace here. I think Pilot Die
certainly Ice Path catches out Pilot Die. Do they have the follow-up though? He's got an ultimate. Probably going to have to use it on himself here. Or might not you choose to use it at all. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Throw it down onto himself. And OG like, you know what? That's not worth it. And now in comes Chessie. He's got that Aghanim Silence coming down. So that's going to put a real nail in the OG coffin right now. Jumping across, pin out onto Pilot Die. Meanwhile, Drow, she just can't be pewing away at poor old Spirit. Spirit just going to roll himself in, but No-Tail to lift up onto him, and he will get finished off. The multi-shot doing so much work. Look at them all taking so many damage. Meanwhile, the healing ward comes down to try and heal up OG. Buybacks are coming though, as actually Pilot Die buys back into this one, and he's just going to rampage up onto the high ground. Look at that guy, little Rambo. Jibbe is back though. He's got the rupture onto mid one. Meanwhile, Seb, he's trying to get some kind of black hole off 21, but Misery's the one who gets it off. He does get heals off afterwards. Mid will go for the TP out, but he's not going to make it. Jibbe gets that kill. Juggernaut is dead. 3 heroes got an OG now, and they are forced out of the enemy side of the map. They will see you later. But man, 5 men are playing this game very, very well.
They have so much kite potential. They got the burst potential too. If you get even one disable out on OG, and OG at this moment, they just feel like they just can't lock anybody down. They have the damage available, but these stuns, they're just not lasting long enough, especially against an Oracle. So One thing that is going their way is they gotta kill on the Oracle. If they can kill him one more time, there'll be no more buyback. And maybe with that, they can snowball into some sort of a comeback or mount a
Dire's
comeback
bottom
off
tower
of it.
has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That is exactly what they need. Unfortunately,
Chessie.
there's too much pressure coming out for them to really organize their thoughts right now. As Chessie, well, he does get stunned for just a second.
got the ice
Molly
pad.
shot very
Misery.
off the mark. Oh no. Meanwhile, Rupture is down onto Seb, and there's Arena coming
ice
out.
pad.
Well, that's not going to do a whole lot as the Ice Path holds them back. Arena misses onto all. Meanwhile, Notel once again caught out by everybody. He way too far forward, caught out of position. And it just feels like they're running around in circles from the moment OG, allowing 5 men to throw spells at them. The buyback from Notel might force might force 5 men back. Let's see. Sox is still searching. Misery with a better ice path and follow it up with a multi-shot as well. Oh my goodness, Jakiro might just lose his life here. Chessie jumps in, sees an opportunity, and will finish off the Jakiro. The all Notel, just about gets himself away with that roll. Survives it. Chessie, he's in. The spear somehow connects and allows mid one to start just chunking away at the guy, but he's got himself that yield to make himself more elusive. Meanwhile, Ace from the high ground, he's got a perfect position just to start wailing on these heroes. They can't really fight them when they have control of this area of the map, and look at mid one just having to run himself away. The heals coming out from OG will keep him peachy for the time being. They do indeed have that ward on the high ground, but they don't care on the side of 5 men. They don't care in the slightest as they look forward onto Enigma. Now he's going to be the target. Science comes through as well. There's no spells going to be used from Enigma. He's got himself a 1. That's going to be just about it. Well, Ace, he just continues to be in this amazing position, but the Ice Path onto 3. Is that going to be enough? They kick Ace down onto the low ground. Zed has been finished off. However, another arena comes down and another 0 heroes caught inside of it. And meanwhile, it's Notel on the side just being bullied by these 2 supports. And where's the Drow? There she is from the secret shop. Takes down Notel with a couple of arrows. Shibe, he's in deep, but that's because Chessie's along with him. They've got the Jakiro under the tower. Misery, meanwhile, dying to mid one of the backlines, but that's going to be the only casualty on the side of 5 men, I believe. As Saxon gets finished off as well, and it looks like Sox is going to be heading into a grave just about as quickly. The only survivor of this fight is going to be the Jug, and he's just going to try and hit some creeps in the middle lane, but this is looking like game 2 might be going the way of 5 men, Theben.
Oh man, that was so painful to watch. OG is just getting 3-man, 2-man ice pathed the entirety of that fight. He's getting completely kited. Midone had to save his Omni Slash for the Rubik. He actually found him at the end of that engagement, dropped it on him. They got rid of the Rubik, but you know, at what cost? I think that was even a buyback from the Earth Spirit, a dieback from the Earth Spirit. They got 5 kills.
Being chased here, but he's got the spin TP should he want to go for it, and he will.
Good. Yeah, he's tanking.
Holy moly! He was just evaluating it.
Bounty.
See if he can get himself a bounty run or something, and he's actually just bought himself a Mask of Madness. Interesting. Okay, he's got the blink queued up for the next item. I guess so. Yeah, wants that cheap damage. Realizing how badly this game is going for his team, it's a 20k gold advantage for 5 men. Needs the most value item he can think of for the extra damage in these team fights, and the Mask of Madness is going to be that call.
It's really nice. Maybe if you can try to Omni Slash the Rubik and burst him before the Oracle gets the false promise off, which is possible because the Oracle needs to first find the Rubik, and you got that cast animation as well. Maybe you can just burst him with that mom. And just that might allow the Seb to walk in and cast a black hole.
Maybe. It seems like a big ask. He is finally going for the Blink Dagger and BKB as the side of 5 men finish off that Roche.
So we also have E-Blade queued up for Ace. So another item that's gonna help keep his team alive. They're kind of just like protecting each other, right? Misery and Chessie are kind of like the damage dealers or the setup guys. You got the Oracle and the Bloodseeker just healing up their allies constantly. And with this, it feels like no one on 5 minutes is ever gonna die. Maybe one hero might die if the Omni Slash hits without while the Oracle is disabled. But other than that, they have a pretty much unkillable draft right now.
Healing ward out. Mid one just kind of chilling on the front lines, and Name It will jump onto Seb. Seb, of course, being actually used up as the arena comes down. They've been able to black hole onto the Void Spirit here, but no, the Ice Path stolen once again and used immediately to hold back the side of OG. Meanwhile, no Delton very deep once more. That Blade Mail not doing him much good as he gets finished off, and Mid one's also in the similar situation, going for a TP spin out in the front of everybody because he's been ruptured up, but now the team's left for dead. Chessie jumps in, gets a silence onto 2. Saxon's going to get himself ripped down. Yields comes out, but they will take down the dragon, and now goes Saxa as well. 2 heroes taken to the grave along with Notel, makes it 3. 5 men aren't even struggling. They're not breaking a sweat when they murder these OG heroes. That's kind of sad. And now they're looking towards the Enigma, and he's going to get ice popped up as well. Comboed on down. Chessie going godlike with a double kill, and they're looking towards mid one as well. Mid one will most surely be losing his life, and this is probably going to be game. There it goes. The GG's come out. Game number 2. It goes to 5 men, and we will be going to a 3rd game. They dug deep and they found it deep, and they realized that the fighting spirit was inside them all along. I mean, what was different for game number 1 compared to